All right. He finally did it, and I was hoping he would do it. Hey, this is Dan, and as you guys have probably been seeing some of the videos, I've been sharing some of the behind the scenes of Alex Hormozi's Money Models launch. And who am I? Just a quick backstory of who I am. We started a company in 2023. So far, we've done $6.7 million in the last 32 months. And the whole purpose of doing these videos is just to meet better people, meet cooler people, and also to document the journey because I don't have a really good memory of things. So watching these recordings or anybody else or lessons that we're learning along the way would help me tremendously as the journey continues. Right now, we do roughly about $400,000 a month, and we are trying to get to six to $800,000 a month. And right now, we are pacing somewhere in the $15,000 a day range. We're trying to get to $25,000 a day at the time of this. So just to recap, what I was covering over the last couple of videos is we're talking about the money models launch of Alex Hormozi. One of the things that I really, really love about him is he is a student of the game of marketing, and as am I. And so one of the things that I talked about on my last video was podcast, taking the show on the road. It was a concept that I heard back in the day when I was first getting into this game, and I was starting to see I started to catch these trend lines. And I don't remember who told me or who said this, but they said, take the show on the road. It might have been Russell Brunson, nonetheless. But he said, you need to take the show on the road. And I was like, what does that mean? So basically, what these guys do is, if you ever think about it, right before a book launches or after a book launches, all the speaker does is go on these road shows. So they'll go on all these different podcasts, interviews, things like that. They'll go on that to go promote their book or to promote where they got it from was Hollywood. Hollywood goes on the road. Basically, they send all their main cast and they send them on the road to go and get exposure on people that have exposure already. So it's basically just collaboration to get the connection, right? And I found myself asking the question like when I was watching Hormozi do his launch thing, and I was like, why isn't he doing that? Like he's spending a lot of money at this time. He had said he spent $3 or $4 million on the launch, and to be fair, like he is spending a lot of money on ads, and he's testing tons of creative. So I see it all. Like I see it all the time in my feed. It's just blowing up like crazy, which is great for him, and I love that. He's just demolishing the internet, and that's amazing. I love that for him. And so sometimes there's things like this that happen that I like to document so I can see these things. And if you notice that right now we just got a new president, right? And the new president is Donald Trump. Now, they said one of the biggest contributors to him winning the election was him going on the road per se, but not in the way that most people talk about, which was, back in the day they would go kiss babies and do all this stuff, and they would go to these states and they would try to do these rallies where they try to get all these people riled up and then just get them excited about voting, right? And um, recently, Trump did what most other presidents have never done, which was go on the road, but for podcasts. So he was on some of the big podcasts in the on the online space in the YouTube world, and they said that was one big contributor to why he won because he got the viewers from online and he would still do these road shows going offline. And so his exposure was maximized so that the only logical choice for everybody was him. And so let me show you, let me break this down for you guys. And I want to show you guys what Hormozi's doing right now so you guys can see how it's working. So I just typed in Hormozi, right? And if you look at this, I'm going to go back to like videos because I like them so you guys can see this. So, and look at this right here. Alex Hormozi reveals the secret behind a $100 million money launch. That's Ryan Serhant. So, Ryan Serhant is like an actually famous guy. And if you actually watch this video, I think they just randomly did it because Ryan doesn't look like he's really engaging with him at all, to be fair. And it was just kind of like awkward. It was an awkward interview. But still, he got 23,000 free views. Think about that. Hormozi got 23,000 free views that don't come directly from his channel itself. Okay? And Jay Shetty, another guy who has a big reach and a big following, he did an interview with him. And all of them, if you notice what they're doing here, I'm just going to click into this thing so you can see it. But in their description, see that? They are affiliates. See what I mean? They're affiliates for this product. And maybe he's not an affiliate, but maybe he just wants to promote him, right? Nonetheless, he's still promoting Hormozi's book, and he got 23,000 people to view. And right now it's, in 5 days, right? So if we go back, the same thing happened with Jay Shetty. Jay Shetty, if you look at this, he got 214,000 views 9 days ago. So when this released, and then on the bottom here, he'll probably have he'll probably have it. I don't know if he does or doesn't. Well, I guess he doesn't, but he used this right here to launch pad, look at this, $100 million money models. I don't know if his team didn't put it on or something didn't happen here, but he put the book on here as a promotion, right? And this is Hormozi doing masterclass at work. Is take your show on the road, do these interviews so you can get long form, so you can actually talk about what you really want to talk about, which is the money models. And this is a phenomenal strategy. I don't know why more people don't do this. Phenomenal strategy because you get to know, like, and trust, and you get this transference of authority. Meaning, Jay Shetty, in his regard, has 4.4 million people, and people love him, right? And what he does is he pushes people to Hormozi, and vice versa, right? Some people anyways. So he got 217,000 views from that podcast, right? Then he goes and he does another one with this guy right here, My First Million. Most people don't have enough money to, And this one got 59,000 views on it, which again, it's it's allowing. See here, he's pushing people to Alex's thing, and it's allowing extra views for, if we just did the math on it, what is it? That was 20,000, about 200,000, and another 60,000 right here. So that's roughly about 300,000 extra views that Hormozi couldn't get by himself for free, right? Maybe he paid him. I don't know. But the jury's still out, and that's okay. The idea here is that he's using these podcasts to kind of springboard the money models launch. So let me see. Cody Sanchez. Okay, I'm gonna do these two together because there was another one I didn't save it. Here, right here. $1.2 million 6 days ago. Okay, this is another one that, let me like this one just so I can have it. Yeah, let me like this one so I can have it. And this one right here, if you notice it, they're doing three people. But what this guy did was interesting. He had all three of them kind of together and they combo locoed it. But they got 1.2 million people in this meeting. And if you notice, he's doing the backlinks for all these things. Look, he has Hormozi's book launch in there. And then Daniel, you have his book. You have all their places where they can go purchase, right? Like all the purchase things that they can go do. And then Cody is actually doing her own launch right now. But anyways, so I say that to you guys to show you guys like how this is working to increase the leverage point for Hormozi, and then we'll take it in further, right? Let's go to Hormozi, Alex Hormozi, and let me just show you something. So just look at the dates. Look at the dates on those things, right? It was about 7 days ago, a week ago. Look at his stats, right? Boom. All of a sudden, June 22nd, whatever happened about a month ago, things started going up. And then you see these little peaks right here, peaks and troughs, right? These little peaks going up. These are from probably these extra endorsement videos that they're getting. Maybe not. These were on the 8th and the 6th. The 6th one, I think, was the big one because he had that combo loco with Cody Sanchez and Daniel Presley. I digress. But the idea here is that he's trying to get as many eyeballs to his content as possible. And I share this with you to give you the insights that now you think about when you think about this launch and how you can apply it to your own business. Who has the audience that I can go to and I can speak for a long time talking about my thing or talking about myself and naturally transition that conversation into what I have to offer. So when he's doing this book launch, he's using ads, he's using emails, he's using affiliates, he's using um, a podcast. In this case, these people are not affiliates, but they're probably friends or something like that. And I wouldn't be surprised. We're August 13th and the time of the launch is August 16th. I wouldn't be surprised if he has three or four more people do throw out their YouTube channel stuff. I wouldn't be surprised. Now, I am surprised by how many people did it. It only looks like three people hit the airwaves for it, or four people. That's surprising to me. I would have figured that he would have, like, based on who he is and how much value he's given to the marketplace, I would have figured he had tons more people actually come out and do videos with him and do like a podcast run. I just think that maybe he just didn't spend much time on it or doesn't know it that well. But I know Dean Graciosi did this when he was launching their KBB, and Dean and Tony would doing the same thing. They would just go on these kind of take your show on the road kind of thing, PR things per se. And Hormozi's doing it now, and I'm excited about it. I really am. I will say, to end on this particular concept here, is he's using all facets of marketing, which is getting their attention, getting their interest high, and then building in a desire. For me, I know how it's rolling out, but this is me talking to the future, the previous, like the past me, and asking myself, what are these guys doing behind the scenes, right? Like, we make millions of dollars a year, and like these guys probably make tens or hundreds of millions of dollars a year. They're just doing it at a higher scale. And probably one of the bigger things that needs to be addressed here is they have probably a bigger TAM, or total addressable market, right? We do it just not at the scale that they do it, probably because the risk we're willing to take is not as big, but because their cash flow is probably better, which and in turn actually turns me into say the money models might be a really, really good book to read and pay attention to figure out what's going on. So, anyways, on that note, you guys have been amazing. If this has been valuable to you, then share it, like it, subscribe. That would be amazing. Again, I do these videos just so I can remember what we're doing or what's happening, so that I can document the journey and understand it, so I can recreate it if I ever had to, or if someone can follow me and see that how they can create it themselves. So, see you guys on the next one.